Shalom. I like to start off by giving all praise, glory, honor, and respect due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I like to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, the true leaders of the nation of Israel, set up on earth today to teach. And salutations to the Akim, pushing his word with truth, sincerity, and with charity. I got a quick little lesson. I was going over Job, and I just had to put a little lesson together on a quick little topic. Like, don't get caught by Satan's trap, man. Especially in this time, these times we're coming into, man. It's gonna be a lot of sneers, a lot of things going on. But it's all really a trial and tribulation to test your faith. Cause the Most High won't put you through nothing He know you can't survive. So, hey, if it come upon you, you gotta take heed and think like, man, I wouldn't be going through this if I couldn't make it through. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a scripture from Apocrypha real quick. I don't have the Apocrypha on my phone, so I'm gonna read it from the book. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou comes to serve Yahweh, prepare thyself for temptation. And see, that's the thing, man. You're going to get tested, and that's all it really is. But jump into this lesson. This is Job chapter 1, verse 6. It says, now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. Excuse me, Salakia. Now this right here off back kills the whole little church doctrine that Satan is fighting against the Most High and all that other bullshit that come with hell and all that. For the simple fact, it tells you it was the sons of the Most High that came to present themselves, and Satan came also. So that make him equivalent to the sons of the Most High, make him one of the sons of the Most High. Because in all actuality, it's just a left hand and a right hand side, but everybody still work for the same person. It's like like the commercial, the left Twix factory and the right Twix factory, but they all work for the man who created Twix. Verse 7. And Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And see, that was the whole point. If you read on, that's when the Most High put up it's basically like they was having a little wage, like, hey, the Most High say, my guy Job, man, he a pretty decent dude, man. You ever notice him? And that's when Job get tested, because Satan, he go off and say, well, that's because you gave him all this, gave him that. And the Most High gave him the right, like, all right, do whatever you want, just don't kill him, man. Then boom, he started going through tribulations. And not once did he come up against the Most High. And that's the thing, man. Not once should we come up against the Most High. We got to keep enduring. But just to back, I want to get into this verse 7. This precept I got. It's 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And that's the thing, man. The devil is actually out here, man. Satan and his spirit and the spiritual angels on the left hand side are out here testing people, trying to see what you gonna do, man. Like when them demons hop on you and tell you, man, you ain't doing right, or go ahead, eat some pork, commit adultery, smoke some weed. It's like, man, it's all really a test, but it's coming from the left hand side. But all actuality, it lead back to the Most High Himself, who allowed it to happen. And see, that's the thing. That's what really the whole book of Job is about. Job really getting tested, and just how he deal, how he go about it. I want to get another scripture. In 1 Peter. It's 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 13. Yea, I think it meet as long as I am in this tabernacle to stir you up by the putting you in remembrance. Hold on, Salakia, I'm in the wrong. Salakia. Nah, phone acting up. There you go. This 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 13. Wherefore grind up the loins of your mind. Be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach. And that's the thing, man. You got to continue in the doctrine, man. If you know the doctrine says this, you know the doctrine says that, man. Just try to the best of your ability to abide by what that says. Just keep remembrance, man. Because in all, if you keep that on your mind, it's gonna be really hard for you to go off. Now, don't get me wrong, a just man do fall 7 times. But in a sense, it's gonna be a little bit harder for you to fall. Because after you fall, and then on top of that, after you fall, you would know not to make that same mistake again. So that's why it get harder in a sense for you to fall. There's not gonna be so many things. You can stumble over so many things, but once you stumble that first time, you know what not to do and how to go about that situation. Verse 14. As obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the form of lust and your ignorance. And that's the thing, man. You can't be on that old BS that you once was on, man. Paul say his old man died daily. For the simple fact, man, you gotta put that old man off, man. You gotta become a new man, a new creature, man. You trying to be as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And see, that's the thing. Well, not Yahweh, but Yahushua. You gotta strive to be like Yahushua. And so with that being said, man, you just gotta really let all the worldly carnal things go. And just go about it the right way, man. Verse 15. It says, but as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation. And that word conversation, if I'm correct, gonna go back to conduct. Yep. Manner of life, conduct, behavior, deportment. And that's the thing, man. You just gotta really strive, and you gotta strive for it, man. They always say actions speak louder than words, so man, you gotta let your actions do the talking. I remember when I first said I'm stop smoking weed and stop eating pork, some of my like younger relatives looked at me like, "What? Man, you just talk." Now some months passed and I still ain't doing it. They realize I'm for real. So you just gotta be about it. You can't just talk about it. You gotta actually show yourself. You gotta prove yourself, man. At the end of the day, you just gotta prove yourself. Let me get one. I got 2 more scriptures. This is Luke chapter 22, verse 31. And the Lord said unto Simon, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan had desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. And that's a big deal right there, man. First of all, pursuing back to John 17:9, Yahushua said, I pray for them, not for the world. I pray for them that are thine, that thine has given me. Salaki. And see, that's the thing, man. You was called upon this thing. So it's a 50-50 chance that you actually be chosen. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, you should. I'm not gonna say walk around prideful because the one thing, the number one thing, the Most High hate is a prideful motherfucker. But you should walk around like, man, you should be thankful. You should really want to show yourself to be proven. You should really want to prove yourself, man. Cause it's a heavy deal, man. That's heavy. Like some brothers take the little things for granted, man. I know I take certain things for granted. Like knowing some scriptures that, like, every day, Monday, 2/3 don't know. I'm like, well, I was taught the right way. That's how I look at it. But you gotta think, man, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people is gonna die because they don't know. And then there's gonna be a lot of people that did know that didn't care and that's gonna die. You could have fell in any one of those categories, but you didn't. So you gotta be thankful for that alone. And see, at the end where it says, "Thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren," and that's a big part of this, man. That's why you gotta have that conduct and be with the brethren rather than be with a 2/3, because association alone, it gets you in sticky situations. And so with that being said, hey, you can be out with a 2/3, man. You know, y'all ain't kicked it in a while, but he can have some other stuff going on. And now there's somebody trying to kill him. And now you around him, you can die with him. Or in another sense, they always say you are who you hang around. So if you hanging around 2/3, eventually you gonna fall back into that category of being a 2/3. But if you hanging around the brothers, you gonna get built up more and more. That's all that's gonna really happen. Cause the brothers ain't going off. They in their scriptures. I mean, it's simple, man. It's gonna be my last scripture. It's Luke chapter 21. I'm starting at verse 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with suffering and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that the day come upon you unawares. And see, I believe that's Luke where it say him that loved the world. No, I'm thinking of it wrong. It's not in Luke Salaki, but in another sense, it say he that loved the world more than me is not fit for the kingdom. It might be in Luke. I have to check. Verse 35. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. And see, he talking about when we gonna start over at the top. 34. It said, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with suffering and drunkenness and the cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unaware. It say, for as a snare it shall come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye, therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And see, it's gonna be a lot of trials and tribulations. It's gonna crack. World War III is on the verge of being. World War III is being fought, but it's not at the high scale level yet when they shooting the nukes. It's gonna be a famine. It's gonna be race wars, FEMA camps, martial law troops acting a fool on the streets, man. And see, that's why you gotta stay in the work, man. You gotta keep dealing. Cause if you're not dealing, man, you don't really know what's going on. The average 2/3 don't know shit about shit. They can't tell you what it smell like. At least you know what some shit smell like, man. That's why you should want to know when it hit, like, that ain't right. But that's all I really had, man. That's all I really ask. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, honor, and respect due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the true brethren out here pushing this word with truth, sincerity, and with charity. To you brothers, I'd like to say Shalom.